What's up, guys, and welcome to this. This is your New Japan Pro Wrestling's New Japan Cup Night 7 review show that took place on March the 13th, 2024, aka this morning, or whenever you're listening to this. I want to welcome you to the show. I'm your host, LK, from the SOS WrestleTalk YouTube channel. If you haven't done so, hit the like button, drop a comment, and smash that subscribe button. We're back for another night of a New Japan Pro Wrestling review right here on the channel. Covered a lot of this tournament. I think we missed 2 nights so far out of the 7. And we were live this morning on NJPW World.com from Okayama, Japan. Now, whilst I was enduring an evil torture, I went on Cage Match and I went back and I looked up the attendances for previous New Japan Cup nights from this exact same arena, from Okayama, Japan. So this year, there was 1,207 fans in the building. Last year, 2023, there was 1,298. 2020, 1,477. 2019, 2,801. So you can clearly see that there has been a decline since 2019, obviously with the pandemic. That's why I didn't count 2021, 2022, because they were irrelevant. They didn't really count. So looking at those numbers, obviously with the loss of Okada, with the loss of Ospreay, with the loss of Jay White, all heading over to AEW, and everyone check out AEW Big Business tonight. I'm hoping that's a really good show. Looking forward to watching that one tomorrow. But sound off in the comments if anyone has noticed a dip, because everyone in the WWE versus AEW world, they're all taking digs at each other. Oh, look at your attendance. Oh, look at your attendance. They're all back and forth and hating on each other, which is very amusing. And I'd like to say over in the pro wrestling community, they're more less like that. It's not kind of New Japan versus All Japan or New Japan versus Noah. Everyone just kind of gets along and they enjoy what they enjoy. There is still the whole, you're either a New Japan fan or I'm an All Japan guy, I'm a Stardom guy. There is lots of that. Here on the channel, we're fans of pro wrestling, so that's what we do. We cover Japanese pro wrestling. And on this one, you can clearly see a decline. Now, what can you put that to? Can you put that to loss of popularity? Star power? Because Evil's on the show? There's lots of reasons why, but I just wanted to quick little touch upon that because I did a bit of research whilst I was watching it, because I was fuck me bored during Evil. He'll heat. I tell you what, there's lots of things in this world I don't ever want to have to sit through every day of my life, and watching an Evil match is just one of them. And I know it's normal and common to come on here and hate Evil, and he had a match with Hikeleo, which I'll get to shortly, but there is valid reason. I think it's the way he's booked. I think how every one of his matches, especially singles, go the exact same way. And it is fucking frustrating and very annoying to watch, to be honest with you. So let's jump into it. Second round action, we have Evil versus Hikeleo. Evil received a first round bye because they didn't want to torture people anymore. And Hikeleo beat Oleg Boltin in the first round. So I saw this. I loaded the stream up. And New Japan World, I watch it on my Amazon Fire Stick, right? So it's no longer full shows. I don't know if it's like this on the laptop, if it's like this on any of the app you use, but it's no longer full shows. It's categorized into match types. So match 1, match 2, match 3. For doing shows like this, it's absolutely wonderful. If you just want to kind of sit back and just watch it, does it autoplay the next match? Can anyone let me know in the comments if it auto plays straight onto the next match? That'd be something interesting. Let me know down below in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on this show and this tournament so far. I have seen some unsavory comments, and let's actually do that. Give me a second while I quickly grab the phone. Let's actually go back. And this is unprofessional, dickhead. I apologise. I just moved away from my desk. Let's look at the comments we've received regarding this tournament. So let's load this fucker up. Right. So we have Leon Cooper 5590. I have a feeling that we'll see David Finlay kick Chase Owens out of Bullet Club during the New Japan Cup, and then go win the Cup, beating Jack Perry in the semis, and then beat Hikeleo in the finals. Well, we're not going to see the Hikeleo bit. I wouldn't be surprised if we see David Finlay kick out Chase Owens from the Bullet Club. To be honest with you, it really, really wouldn't be a shock at all. But I wouldn't be surprised if we saw David Finlay go to the finals. And they've done a good job building him up. They really have. You've got to give them their props. They are trying their hardest. Tronzilla Xbox Hater 850. Most of this tournament has sucked so far. I'm starting to think someone is trying to tank New Japan. That man's Tony Khan. I'm only messing. And then there's some comments regarding Jack Perry. Leon again. I thought Jack Perry would join either Bullet Club, War Dogs, or the Rogue Army versions of Bullet Club. Him joining House of Torture version of Bullet Club never crossed my mind. And you know why? Because you're trying to live your life fucking forgetting that House of Torture even fucking exists. That's why, my friend. That is exactly why. And then Rob Sonaro. Sorry, I got your name wrong there. Jackie Boy making Papa Luke Perry proud, following his dream. Jackie Boy growing into an international wrestling star. And you know what? As I said on, I think it was 2 days ago on my Night 5 recap, I am actually really happy that Jack Perry is in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Not so much the aspect of him being in House of Torture. Apologies about that. Me moving away from the desk. And apologies, I'm not exactly shouting my head off. I've got a bit of a sore throat going on. So, Evil and Hikeleo. Again, as I saw this on paper, and I literally, as I loaded the app, sorry, that's what I do, I go off on tangents. It is quite frustrating for some, because I will miss the point I was originally trying to make. All I can do for them is apologise. So I saw this on paper, and I just went, oh, fuck. I just came back from work, and I'm like, I'm really going to have to sit here and watch Evil versus Hikeleo. No disrespect to either, but that's not a match on paper that you look at and go, fuck me, I love wrestling. So Evil was in control of this one. During the heel heat, it was pretty torturous, to be honest with you. It really, really was. There was the usual ref bump, House of Torture comes out, loud boos. And do you reckon because the boos are loud in Japan, because there's different types of heat, they see that as a win? Do we see that? Do they... Obviously, they're booing because they're, oh, not again, fuck these guys. But are they actually booing because they hate the characters, in which case they've done a really good job? Does that actually mean Evil is one of the best heels of all time because we hate him so much? Let the penny drop. Let it drop a bit more. Evil. Such a good heel. Everyone hates him. So they come out, double team. Dick Togo hits a double axe handle off the top to his dick. Hikeleo hits the choke slam, then the bell rings, and that was Yoshinobu Kanemaru ringing the bell. More House of Torture beat down until Tamatonga, ELP, and Jado come out, make the save. The crowd somewhat clapped. ELP hit a beautiful moonsault off the top to the floor, taking everyone out, and then Evil hits the everything is shit to get the win. It was alright. The ending itself was somewhat alright. The crowd were a bit into it to an extent. I just didn't care, and that's a problem. They're not building these guys up enough. When you lose all your big stars in such a short period of time, you have to rebuild or build new ones. And if your way of rebuilding is rebuilding Evil, that's a concern. You had Yu Uemura, who lost in the opening round. That's not good enough. It really isn't. It's a sad state of affairs. And then we had second round. We had Shingo going one-on-one with Gabe Kidd. Kidd from the War Dogs in the first round. He beat Callum Newman. And Shingo beat Yuya Uemura, because we build younger stars here in New Japan. Sorry to be a downer on this one. I did just have to suffer through an Evil match. This was a good match. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to come on here and I'm going to be positive about this one, because these two really went at it. Kidd attacked him pre-bell. They were brawling all around ringside. Gabe Kidd hit a pile driver onto a stack of chairs, which was really nice. And I really like Gabe Kidd. I do. He's just very intense, and he suits New Japan to a T. I hope he stays in New Japan and they can really build upon him. He really is a valuable member of the roster to an extent, just because of how intense he is. And, he's having these bangers here. And this is one of those matches where I've got my notes here. You can lose and defeat. And I perceive Gabe Kidd, he took it to Shingo, who's a former IWGP heavyweight champion. He did look good. So they are hopefully building him to an extent, but whether that's he does this and then he just goes straight back into this kind of 6-man tag, never open weight belts situation. But they could realistically give this guy a good push. And he did beat Callum Newman. It's part of United Empire. It's not a big win, but at least he got to the second round. It would have been nice if we saw a lot of these younger guys get to the quarters, get to the semis. That would have been really, really nice. Speaking of nice, there was a really good strike exchange with no selling, and the fire that we love from watching New Japan. The crowd were getting into it. Kid kicked out of a Made in Japan. Shingo kicked out of a fucking savage tombstone. Kid made that look really great. And then Shingo, the pumping bomber, and a Made in Japan got the win. Good match. It generally was a good match. It went just under 20 minutes. That's at least what it felt like. I liked the heat at the start, and then as the comeback and the crowd got more into it, as you guys know, during these second round, and realistically every New Japan match, you kind of have the first 5 minutes with the heel getting the advantage, and then the 5 minutes after that you get the heat, and then 10 minutes plus. When we hear the 10 minutes are gone, we know that's when shit's going to start to hit the fan. And these guys went out there and they did do a good job. And I do recommend to give this a watch. Both nights had good main events. Sanada versus Yoshihashi on night 5 was a good one. And this was a good one. So there is some good on this show. But also at the same time, you do have Evil and Hikeleo. Fuck me. Who won out of that? Evil's established and he's getting booed, but again, is he getting booed? Do New Japan perceive, he's getting so much hate as a good thing? But use Evil to have someone beat Evil. We got Shingo versus Evil in the quarterfinals now. Obviously the crowd are going to be behind Shingo, but that's not, imagine if that was Evil versus Yuya Uemura. How hyped the crowd would be for Yuya Uemura. There's lots of things, but we'll just have to wait and see how New Japan deal with the exit of Okada, the exit of Ospreay, and the exit of Jay White. Obviously, Jay White was quite a while ago now, but they haven't kind of recovered. I think Finley's kind of your replacement of White, and we haven't got a replacement for Ospreay, and we definitely haven't got a replacement for Okada. So it'll just be interesting to see what they do. But we're going to carry on doing this. We're going to carry on covering no matter how bad. I can see some of the comments, some people not happy with the tournament. No matter how bad New Japan gets, we will stick with them. We'll still cover them because that's what we do. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know down below in the comments your thoughts and opinions on this show. Hit the like button, smash the subscribe button. Apologies about my voice. I'm a bit under the weather today. But stay safe, stay well, and I'll be catching your asses down the line.